Okay, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today's video we're here for Chitose is in the Ramune bottle, or Chiramune episode 10. Supposedly is the last episode until the spring anime season. Once again, we're getting a huge delay. So yeah. We're gonna be gone from this series for several months again, but I'm assuming this episode is gonna wrap up the Yuzuki arc because last one didn't feel like it did, and supposedly it didn't. So we're gonna see where we're going this one. We had a conversation with Asune, but her arc is probably not gonna take place till the end of this episode or after this episode, and it'll be the last like 3 episodes or something like that that come out in this spring anime season. So we'll see where it goes. Let's hop into this. Per usual, feel free to check out the page, check out the Patreon and Discord. The links are in the description below. As far as the Discord goes, we talk about current anime, past anime, current manga, past manga, and have non-anime conversations as well. And as far as the Patreon goes, you get exclusives and uncuts on my reactions, so feel free to check out either of those of your own will. Now, the further up straight into Chiramune episode 10. Yep, right back with her again. Why? Was that a necessary shot? Jesus. Being special and nothing more. Being special and nothing more. Dude, the drawing quality, man. It's always so good. I think that realization hit me pretty early too. Yeah, because she talked about it with Chitose about how she learned to distance, keep people at a distance, but not make them angry or anything like that. Always being the best version of myself. I lack that something to help me stand up to it. Izunai will never let herself succumb to brute force. I won't give in to this guy because I have something I love. Someone I love. No, nothing. It's also the blazing sun that inspired her name. Damn! Oh, so this is when they went against each other. The lay. A boy is, yep, Chitose. Yeah, she cut her hair before heading to Fuji. When you can do it all. Nothing you do means any. Damn. I would be laughed off if you told anyone. And I was sure he had it too. A full moon watching over us all from high up in the sky. Through every wall that stood before him. I mean, literally, he physically busts through walls because he fucking broke through Kenta's window with a baseball bat. And he's always talking about breaking common ground. Saku said he and I were very similar. But I think, ooh, interesting. So how he's constantly thinking in his brain about how similar she is to him and how she's like just literally like exactly like him. He's constantly thinking at throughout the Yuzuki arc. We see her thoughts where she thinks they're nothing alike for the first time. And he went with whatever the fuck was last time at the beginning of last episode. That I've never heard of. Made me want to live beautifully like you. Interesting. So it's like, you know, the entire arc he's telling himself they're so similar and all the above, but you know, Yuzuki points out time and time again how they are different and things like that, at least in her mind, comparatively speaking to how he's thinking the entire time. The reason he's trying to lift her up in the way he goes about his actions is because he thinks they're so similar, but then Yuzuki's having these other thoughts about, you know, like other things that could have happened or how they could have gone down and how she would have responded to that differently and things like that. It's very interesting. What does that mean? Better be ready. What does that mean? Damn, so is she really coming to terms with her feelings for him here? Oh, Jesus. Can she fully confront this guy now? Yeah, she's still nervous, twitching a bit.
付き合いたいってことですか。
とりあえずやらせろよ。ここじゃ男を特会引っかえなんだろ。
It's just couldn't be further from the truth.
誰から何を吹き込まれたのか知りませんけど、私は処女だバカ。
Damn.
力仕込んでやる。
無理やりキスされたって、絶対に私はあなたのものなんかじゃないから。
試してみようぜ。
Trying this shit again. Jesus Christ.
この心の中にあなたの居場所はどこにもない。
Jesus, dude. Like the fact. Oh my god, the fact that the cops have not gotten involved with this is actually baffling. Oh. I mean, he gets off on, like, he's made it very clear. He gets off on like having this power dynamic where she's absolutely terrified of him. So if she stands up to him, maybe he'll fuck off. But I don't know. Who knows? Who will know what a loser you are? Actually, they should be. I'll go to the cops and then. But I guess this dude probably, if he's doing all this, he probably doesn't care about jail time. The best threat is his social status, because he is some big popular boy. Hey, you can right in the balls. You practiced the move already. Yeah, that's something. Ready for it? And... Oh, there he is. Ethan called her princess. Oh, damn, he's taking the tie off and everything? What the hell? So, yeah, it was more an emotional battle that she just won here. In the end, yeah, obviously when you're dealing with some guy threatening to rape you, yeah, some assistance would be dope. But she was able to get over it and handle it herself to the point where she was able to call out for help strongly with her head held high about the situation. Damn! God, dude. Is he just letting him beat him up so the cops will like take him in or something? Because it is what Chitose said last episode, and I was waiting for him to show up because he did say it last episode. He said now that she's confronted her trauma and like, you know, all the above, it's their problem to deal with together. It's not just Saku trying to solve the problem, whatever it may be. It's both of them striving to get rid of this issue. Ow, dude. God damn, those are some heavy kicks. Yeah, you're gonna crush his head? Jesus Christ, dude. Mm-hmm. Doing right now is calling for help. It'd be great if you could. Damn! And you have no. Oh, she tossed in the and you have no game. I mean, yeah, I would think if you're just threatening to rape people all the time, you have no game. Yeah, that's kind of how that works. Got it. Got it all on video.
俺は小学校の帰り道に転がってる空き缶かっつーの。
So yeah, he's just letting him beat him up for the video.
ここで警察沙汰にしたら高級を脇腹に食らうよりはマシだな。七瀬ゆずき、あとはあなたの頼れる彼氏こと。
Now we're actually gonna scrap.
野球やってた頃から動体視力と瞬発力に言葉を返すぜパイセン。
He called him Python. I heard that. The most disrespectful way to refer to your senpai. Been an athlete all my life. Oh! Ow. And you see, he's probably never lost a fight or something because the people who are fighting him are like terrified of his status and shit. But nope, not Chitose. Mm-hmm. Couldn't agree more. Just cause to stoop to your level. To your self-defense. The move! Oh! You saw that look in his eyes? Boy, you can't defend yourself. Stop it in mid-talking. Fuck you.
てめえの過去になんざ興味はねえよ。一つ言える。
Fuck your past. Fuck your backstory, bitch. Yeah. Yeah.
はあ、食いしばってまっすぐ生きようとしてる人間の方が100倍素敵だってことだ。
返させて。
Oh.
考えられる限り全ての手段を使って手を徹底的に追い詰める。比べ物にならないほど怖い記憶とずっと一人で戦ってたんだよ。
Holy fuck, oh my god, the VA performance here is absolutely incredible. Holy shit, Chitose's VA is killing it. The villain, huh?
悲しかった。
Well, he's letting out all his anger that he's kept in all this time. Now they finally got him in a situation like this. Chitose made it like there was very clear episodes ago that he was holding in so much anger against this guy for putting her through this, and you know all the and now that she's divulged her trauma and everything to him, it's the anger is probably heightened even more. Brush it all off with a smile.
しょうもないジョークで笑わせてほしいのに。
ああ、あれこれ前置きしたけど。てめえ！ 今度俺の女に手を
What did he just whisper in in his ear?
金輪際ユズキには近寄らない。
He said something. He literally said something that made him stop altogether.
そうしてみせた。私だけは忘れちゃいけないと思った。
That I swore never to forget. Interesting how all that. I mean, I knew her arc wasn't over, but interesting how all that resolved. I was not expecting a fucking fist fight there.
私が叩かれた時点で十分じゃん。用があるのよ。
だって実際に殴り返すのは俺だし。
Yeah, he needed someone to attack him.
助けに来たの。
I never heard you officially dump me.
本当に。バカ。
We still haven't talked about the issue of the stalker, by the way. I still don't think this is over. As clear as the sky above.
やっぱちょっとモヤモヤしてるかもしれない。
俺の役割は果たしたぞ。もう一人でも大丈夫だな。
うん。って手当てする場面だったんじゃないか。
Can't seem to get out of girlfriend mode. Yeah, I don't think you're ever gonna be able to get out of that mode.
昨日までの七瀬ゆずきが。
ゆずき、送ってくよ。
あなたは誰ですか？
誰って。
Oh god, they're making this all creepy. Don't tell me he is actually this. I thought it was a red herring because it felt way too obvious that the dude that Chitose has been giving advice to all this time would be the stalker. I felt that shit was way too obvious. But yeah, I think we might be addressing the stalker issue now. He just literally... That was creepy as fuck. If you want to call out to her and be like, yo, Yuzuki, hey, it's, and then like introduce yourself and all the above, it is still creepy that you even followed her here in the first place. But yeah, grabbing her hand is insane behavior. And she clearly doesn't remember you because she was just doing an act of kindness, upholding the image of Yuzuki Nanase. And yeah, I think this guy might be the stalker. I mean, it had everything set up to make him the stalker, if we're being honest, because like, you know, typical situation, the person in question does something nice for the other person, and the other person, having never seen that kind of affection before, locks onto it, grasps onto it for dear life, and begins to obsess over them, and things like that, and all the above. And I still called it out. Chitose, you know, was talking about like trusting his character and everything, and divulging all the information about Yuzuki and all the above to him, but Saku did something very weird during that interaction where he very purposefully told him everything that they did. It made it as vague as possible and made it sound like they were, I don't know how you, like they were like doing like sexual shit and things like that. And like he made it as vague as possible, cutting out all context, and he said that to him, and then he like spilled his drink or whatever. That moment was weird. I've still been thinking about that, and like but in the back of my mind I was like, they're purposefully doing that to throw you off. It's purposely a red herring. This guy is not actually, you know, bad or something like that. The whole point is that you're supposed to think he's the stalker, but it's something else. But fuck, he might as well be the stalker here. The way that they're doing this creepy shit. That
ごめんなさい。
no.
全部わかってるよ。
Huh? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Now he's trying to spin some tale that Chitose is blackmail. What is happening right now? Is this some other rumor that's flying around? Oh, Jesus. Fuck, he is the stalker. I even gave him a whole plight last episode that it felt way too obvious that it was him. It felt like a blatant red herring, and I gave him a whole plight where I was like, maybe Yuzuki isn't going to be the one Chitose ends up with, and so they're giving her like a secondary romantic partner to fall in love with as the story progresses if Chitose isn't the one she's able to get with. And I had a whole spiel about how that kind of sounds like, you know, he's like her rebound or something, but you can handle a plot that way in that he's not a rebound, she ends up like actually falling in love with him and things like that, and not in a rebound way. You can write a story that way where it doesn't feel like they're a rebound, but no, he's the stalker. What the fuck, man? I thought that was way too obvious. Yeah, it's for sure this dude. I like the fact that he didn't tell him anything. Oh, he was trying to stop him from being a stalker, and he was trying to set him on the path of like, you gotta approach her, you gotta, you know, like stop doing all this shit and everything. So that's what he was trying to do. And I think I get what Saku meant by trusting his character. He wanted to trust that this guy isn't actually some creep stalker. He just got led astray in his obsession over her, and that he could fall back on or be averted back to the right path of approaching her the right way and all of the above. And Saku was hoping that was the case, but it doesn't appear that is, because everything he's saying here is very creepy and stalkerish and all the above. And like Saku was telling him, you got to introduce yourself and, try to like talking to her, you know, getting to know her, becoming friends, all the above. And he was that now all of their scenes make so much more sense. He was telling him about her and all the above so that he could try and avert him from this path of being a stalker to genuinely trying to make a connection with her.
仮にその写真が私だったとしても、サクに頼まれたら許しちゃうかも。
Damn! Damn, is that even a picture of her, or or did he like take that of her or something? Damn! Oh, what the fuck? Yep, she's like purposefully tainting his like weird, grotesque, pure image of her that he has. Like she's purposely trying to taint that now. Open your eyes and look at me. Whoa! Nice. One good old kick to the balls. You're the guy who helped me fall for him. Damn! Damn. The fact that she's now pinning it that this whole stalker situation just ended up leading to her falling for Chitose is an equally ball kick moment. You ball kicked him in the emotions. I remember your name forever as the one who helped me fall in love with my actual love. And of course he's right here, always watching over shit. The entire time. I also suspected it the entire time, but I thought it was a red herring. I thought it was a red herring, man. It felt way too obvious. Oh, he told them about the festival date. It's to help set you up. Ah, there you go. And yeah, that fucking face there. I knew that face was suspect where he's like, huh? What are you talking about? There you go. Yep, he took Chitose's phone there. Damn. The dash cam of Yuzuki's face. Yeah, not even wearing a mask or anything, bro. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, he was trying to set you on the right path is what he was doing, but you just did everything else. Talk to her like a normal person. Approach like a normal person. Introduce yourself like a normal person. Try to become friends like a normal person. Exactly. Well, that tied up all the loose ends I was talking about last episode when it felt like they ended the arc, but it was obviously not over. Yep, told him exactly what he told him. Damn, she's just, yeah, this girl is so in love after all this. Passionate punk rock. Maybe then you won't beat around the bush, huh? Yeah, bye-bye, buddy. Quite an eventful episode here. Is it really gonna be like, I'm curious how because this arc was fucking from the end of episode 4 to episode 10. This was a long arc. Is Asune's arc just significantly shorter or something to be fit in 3 episodes? Now the picture of calm. Whoa. Damn, there's a thought in Chitose's mind telling him to reach out and not let this fake relationship go away. Damn, that's really interesting. Wait till the end before giving these feelings a name. Of course, Chitose just reverting to comedy to push things off. Message from Yuko, May 22nd. Yep, little kiss on the cheek there. Fleeting summer downpour. Yeah, talking about his mouth. Oh shit! It's his birthday? Really? Is that what Yuko is texting him about? Happy birthday? I think there was a birthday cake on that message, right? No, it's just a smiley face. But damn, so Yuko is texting him happy birthday, huh? Damn, and that's it. To see that actually affect him, her calling him Chitose again instead of Saku, and then he says goodnight Nanase. Well, that's the end of their fake relationship, but I gotta say, Chitose, don't think she's not gonna be gunning for you after this. She made that very clear at the beginning of this episode, that even if this fake relationship ends, it ain't over. It ain't over. 18th time. Interesting way to put it, of a slightly special day. One person took a step forward today and one person couldn't bring himself to. Is he talking about Tomoya and Yuzuki respectively? Could be referring to himself in some way as well. We're skipping the ED this episode. I think people fall in love. The heart going crazy. Name to the feelings within and call it love. Interesting, we're getting her ideology on love here now compared to his own. Oh, I love how good of friends those two are. It's sweet. Interesting. I think it almost always starts with a tiny little bit of infatuation, but because we need a reason to take it any further, we put a name to the feelings within and call it love. Interesting, as an excuse to take that infatuation further and explore it more. So being able to express it wholeheartedly. You'll never get closer to it. Don't do it because we want to throw a tantrum over the fantasies we hold. So want everything to look like rainbows and sunshine. Some people need to before they can make their move. A reason to take aim and shoot it down. Interesting. That's so different from Chitose's ideology. That is so different. Holy shit. That's like that might as well be the complete opposite. Here it couldn't be stopped. Didn't he literally start this arc by saying this isn't a true love story? Didn't Chitose literally start this arc by saying that? Now I gotta go look. Yep, literally says it here. So what started here can only be a fake love story. Yep, and I love how we started this arc with Chitose's ideology and finished it with Yuzuki's ideology on love, and they could not be more different if they tried. Literally could not. It's the exact polar opposites. And for once you see a strong difference between Chitose and Yuzuki, as she was saying at the beginning of the episode, how different they actually are, while Chitose the entire arc was saying we're the same the entire time. Very interesting. Because yeah, his whole thing was, in a nutshell, I'm gonna say both so I can compare the two. His is you go through the motions, you begin to feel this feeling, you have your illusions crash down, and you feel the resentment, the anger, the disillusionment, and all the above about this person. And then if the strongest feeling still there is love, if that feeling you had in the beginning is still the strongest one there, that is when you call it love. That is when you call it love. And that's why he says it's better to wait till the end before giving love its name. You don't just, in his mind, you don't just willy-nilly immediately call what you're feeling for them love until all of these other things have occurred, and then at the very end that feeling is still the strongest thing there. That's when you put a name to it and you call it love. But for Yuzuki, she's saying, let's go back to it. I really gotta say, I don't think it bodes well that Chitose started this arc by saying this can only be a fake love story, and then she calls it a real love story at the end. But her whole ideology is that little feeling of infatuation, that little feeling of beginning love you feel. You should grab hold of it and call it love as quickly as possible, because because putting a name to it helps you take that step forward and act on your actions to get closer to that object of love in question, that person of love in question. Without putting a name to it, how can you grow closer to or understand or all of the above what that feeling is if there's not a name? Because she says right here, we need a reason to take that feeling of infatuation farther, so you put a name to the feelings within and call it love, and you do that as quickly as possible in her mind to be able to push yourself forward with that name in mind. We need the blanket excuse of being in love to express it wholeheartedly. While you stare longingly at the moon in the sky, you'll never get closer to it. If you're just staring at that emotion, at that person, at that feeling you're having for them, and you just wait and wait and wait and wait and wait, you will literally never get closer to actually feeling what that love is for them. Because we want to throw a tantrum over the fantasies we hold. Of course, we want everything to look like rainbows and sunshine. We do it to hurt the person we call dear. You don't do it because we want to throw a tantrum over the fantasies we hold, or because we want everything to look like rainbows and sunshine. We definitely don't do it to hurt the person we call dear. Put things into words because some people need to before they can make their move. We want to make that moon fall for us before anyone else. It is also a lot different ideologically between Chitose, who has these girls who are in love with him. I mean, he can just... his whole thing is taking his time to really find out who he's in love with and all the above. But Yuzuki, it's like you're on a time crunch. You got Yuko, who's already openly admitted her feelings, Yua, who clearly likes him, and all the above, and he's gonna slip through your fingers if you don't put a name to what you're feeling and go after him as soon as possible. Give yourselves a reason to take aim and shoot it down. Literally could not be further differing ideologies of love. Sorry to hear it couldn't be stopped. And in both of their eyes, both Chitose and Yuzuki could not be further ideas. Can only be a fake love story, can only be a real love story. Interesting ending. And now we don't have this show until fucking the next anime spring season. But good episode here. Good conclusion to Yuzuki's arc. The beginning bit dealt with the Anashita dude, got some blackmail on him essentially, so he'll fuck off. And then we dealt with the stalker as well. Wrapped up all loose ends. The most interesting thing about this episode to me was clearly the love ideologies there. The rest of it was just, tying up the loose ends and finishing things, and Yuzuki confirming her feelings and all the above. I also couldn't tell. I know I said that it was his birthday, but I couldn't tell if it was Yuzuki using saying it's happy birthday as like an excuse to you know, that's your birthday gift from me or some shit, and that's why he's like, that's not fair. Or if it is actually his birthday, because this, either way it still applies, but because then he had that whole thing about like 17 and he's talking about like whatever 18 and all the above. Anyway, I don't think I have too much else to add here, so I think that is going to wrap it up from reaction to Chitose's in the Ramune bottle episode 10. We'll be back whenever we come back. But I think that is going to wrap it up, like I said. Hope you guys did enjoy, and I hope you all have a good day.